Hello, I'm going to do a little quick comparison between the Cold Steel Gurkha Kukri and the Hawks Hellion with Survivor 2020. I've used both of these knives in the field, and this one is about twice as good as this one, although my favorite feature, and he's using the Cold Steel Tomahawk. And my favorite feature about the Hellion is the whittling edge right here. But I mean, he's also chosen, it appears, he's chosen over the Tomahawk. He likes the Kukri more. Now, does the Kukri hit harder? Massive amounts of damage with the Kukri. Yeah. Now the Kukri, with its weight forward design, is very efficient. I'm going to stand out of the way some. It actually hits like an axe. So I mean, you couldn't take a full-size axe to the field because it's really heavy. But the Kukri straps conveniently around your leg. Now, the only downside to this Kukri is it could have a micarta handle and it could have a bow drill divot. But it also could have a protective coating around the blade. And you know, with all the other blades on the market, it truly is the best choice. Wow, just decapitated that plant. I'm going to get on this side now. So, given the ups and downs of blades like the Hellion, which is quite small compared to the Kukri wins. Just simply because it is the best blade. Now he's going back to the Kukri. The Kukri has obviously his favorite blade right here, and watching it in the field, it's quite impressive. Seems he's using the Kukri even off this branch right here. He's actually switched to something a little bit. The tool he's chosen now is the axe. Now, it looks like the axe has the advantage around here for that particular cutting job. Yeah, the axe is going through that easily, the Cold Steel Trench Hawk. But now it seems that the Kukri has the advantage, cutting from the side. And I hope he didn't lose the Hellion. It's somewhere around here. It's quite small and easy to lose. Do not hit the wrong tree. Now, he doesn't actually go camping, but he does like the knives. Now, actually, anyone can get an enjoyment from these knives by doing chores with them. They're quite... it just dropped that tree, folks. Dropped it. Then it takes off branches very easily. Better than all the other knives. This is the one he's using the most. So here we have the SC5 survival knife, number 9353, and this is going to be introduced into my experiment. Sir, would you mind using this? Give me that. How are you feeling now that your capabilities have been reduced from this to that? So as you can see, he's not very happy using that. Try to put some power into it, see what happens. Put some power into it. Okay, here you go. Well, let's see. Okay, so he wants the Kukri really bad. No! Oh, okay. Yeah. So the Kukri right here is taking a bit of abuse, and he is notching out using the Kukri. Oh my, I've never seen this tactic before. This is really cool. Now he's actually gotten a little pissed off now, and he's just getting the stuff out of his way. Sir, this one, it does quite well to just nip and tuck little things. It's pretty precise. Nip and tuck. But the Kukri, can it nip and tuck just like I did right there? Nip and tuck with the Kukri is more like using a battle sword. So when you nip and tuck, you take heads off. Let's see what he's doing right quick. Get the close up. He's using the back of the Kukri to drive in the survival knife. Because the survival knife, unlike the Kukri, doesn't have the physics to actually go in on its own. It's well balanced right in the center. This is the SE5 taking this abuse and the Kukri taking the abuse as well. It shows you what these knives can take. He is getting close to getting almost through. So it takes a lot more work to get the job done with this one. So he's through, it looks like. Just say pull in and rip. Seems to just want to hack it. Now, the survival knife, the Hawk's Hellion, is an all-around utility tool. It doesn't chop well, it doesn't do anything well, but it will do it all. But it is an excellent knife for whittling because of that first part of the curved edge, which is my favorite feature. Now he's using the saw. Now that saw is an effective ripping tool for notching. But because it's thick, it doesn't work quite as well as a regular saw would. So, let's see which one his overall is after doing all this. So he's picked up the Kukri again, which has spent the most time in his hands, and now it's like he's hacking through thick jungle here, and he's got that branch to chop through, to chop up to get out of his way. Let's see, that's 2 swings. These are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's already cracking. 9. He should be able to just pick that up and snap it now. That's 9 swings and it's already in 2. And it's just going to take 1 to finish her off. And it's done. Now he just threw the Kukri all the way across the road. So it landed all the way over here. Has no chipping. The edge where he was beating on it, no damage whatsoever. This is an amazing woods knife right here. And this is why I recommend the Kukri over anything else. And he's stuck into the root. Now normally I don't throw these knives, but just to show you what this Kukri can take. He is throwing it into the tree. Knife. Oh, while I was gone, he managed to stick the Kukri into the tree by throwing it. Okay. It seems like he's got a little bit of blistering on his hand from doing all that work. Now looking at the Essie after he banged on it, it appears that there's just cosmetic damage on top of the blade. It actually looks like it did get thumped on with a brick, but it was actually getting thumped on by another piece of steel. And it just goes to show that both knives held up with that kind of use. So these are both hard use knives. So that was a stick with the Hawks Hellion. This is a $160 knife, so like, it doesn't get thrown very much, but it actually isn't that bad, really. Found a little one. Where's the other one? Another problem with knives like this is that they're too blendy. What they really need is orange stripe on the blade to kind of set them apart from the rest of the surroundings so that you can find them easier. Like the Kukri is easy to find because it's not coated and has silver, so it's shiny. But the Hawks Hellion is proving a challenge to find. So all the knives have been located, but it took time. You know, one thing you don't want to do is let your knives hit concrete, because if they hit concrete or stone, they're very likely to chip. That was a stick with the Hawks Hellion, baseball sorta, and he stuck it just then. It's the Cold Steel Trench Hawk, the Cold Steel Kukri. The Hawks Hellion Survivor. The Cold Steel Trench Hawk. Prettiness. So I hope you've enjoyed my review. It's getting dark now and the moon's out, so this was just an experiment to see which knife was preferred, and the knife that was preferred the most was the Cold Steel Kukri, which is not surprising because out of all the survival knives I have yet to find anything that will beat it, and it's the one I use out in the field myself. I've also tried using other knives, but I'll always come back to the Cold Steel Gurkha Kukri and the bow saw. With that combination right there, you can tackle any project you desire, and a small multi-tool will get the job done. Fills in the gaps between the small knife and the Kukri and the bow saw. I'm just trying to show that after all that, there's you can see where it was metal on metal right there along the blade. You see where he was striking the SE5, and as far as the edge goes, there's no edge damage on this blade. It's still a really good condition blade, and it's all really cosmetic. There's no structural damage to the blade. It's still a really excellent survival tool. After I take my knives out, I use a little bit of lard and give them just a grease coating to protect them while they're not in service. And this just is an ancient way and a very cheap way to protect your knives when you're not using them. It's just give them a light coating of animal fat. Just kind of, I'll just slather it on there, and the next time you use it, it just works itself off the blade. Also, when you go to sharpen it on a whetstone, it makes a great ready-made lubricant that's already on the blade, and you just run your fingers down the edge to protect your edge from degradation from the elements of air and oxygen and rust. And that's just all it takes to keep your blade well oiled, is just a little bit of lard. It costs $5, and you see you barely use any of it because we get so much of it. So why use expensive oil when you can use cheap natural oil that doesn't have to come out of the ground? It's more efficient and sustainable.